We're in quarantine and it's glorious weather, so we are making the most, or I am making the most of this luxurious day because I think it's going downhill from here, and I've decided to do some tie-dye. Now, I've never done tie-dye before, so it's probably going to be an absolute disaster, but you know, you only live once. What else do you do in quarantine? So I got this tie-dye kit. It's, as you can see, it's very adult and mature. It's gonna go wrong, but I'm doing it to a pair of jeans that I don't wear, I've never worn. So if it goes wrong, what have I lost really, other than some time? But that's all we've got. There are people walking around on the streets, they shouldn't be, we're in lockdown, so I'll be having words, calling the police, call the popo. But I've got no idea what I'm doing, so I better read some instructions. Right, I never normally read instructions. So I know that I've got to soak the item in lukewarm water first, so that I can do. I've got to put water up to the neck of the bottle, shake the bottle until the powder is dissolved. Now I've seen online, I've watched like a couple of videos, I've tried to prepare myself, that they used warm or hot water to mix the dye. I don't know what difference it makes, but I'm going to follow their lead and use the hot tap and use some at least warm water. I've got hair in my mouth. Get out! This is a really good angle, you can see all my chins. What a man. I've been brought flapjack. So, for people who don't enjoy watching other people eat, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, Jen.
You can skip forward. But, planning on doing it pastel colours. Pastel yellow, pink and blue, which is pretty much what I've got on, but a little bit more vibrant than this. So I'm going to put more water to make it less bright. Does that make sense? Oh, I dropped a bit of flapjack. And then I've got to let it sit for about 4 to 8 hours, and it says leave in a warm place, so I guess I'll just leave it in the sun. And that's it. From what I can read, I probably missed something vital, but I am gonna get going. I'll do a quick before and after of the items. Hopefully I've got enough for both dye. And then we'll crack on. So, I've dampened the items. I think they're a bit too wet, but I don't know if that will make any difference. Ignore all the outside sounds. We're outside, people are outside, although they shouldn't be. And I guess let's just get started. This kit did come with a load of gloves. They are definitely meant for children, but I've got small hands, so that's okay, and a load of elastic bands. I've decided I'm going to just scrunch these jeans up. I've had a lot of deliberation of like what pattern to do. I just don't think I'm skilled enough, and I think jeans are too hard. So I'm going to, because most things show you how to do it on a t-shirt, not on jeans. And I don't think this is the right kind of fabric to be doing tie-dye to, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to just start by literally just scrunching up the leg like this with no rhyme or reason. And I'm going to probably just elastic band the leg. These are very, very thick elastics. And just, I guess, secure it. I've never done this before, so don't learn from me. So that's secured that bit in. I don't really know what I'm doing at all. I'm really nervous about making the crotch area very dodgy. I'm hoping, I'm going to avoid putting pink there, I reckon, just in case. Because I've got an awful, or yellow in fact, so basically I've got to put blue in the crotch, otherwise the rest of it, the other colours could look really dodgy. Oh, there's also brass in there, so that's good. So there's absolutely no sort of system to what I'm doing here at all. I'm just scrunching them up. I also forgot to say, sorry about the tracksuit bottoms. I don't care if I get dye on them. I didn't want to put like light coloured jeans on in case anything happened to them. I'd be really sad, but if these get dye on, one, I don't think you'd see it anyway, but two, I don't care. I just don't care. So now I've got the crotch area exposed. I don't really know how to deal with the situation. I'm gonna, I guess, just scrunch and hope for the best. I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't said that before. I literally have no idea, so I'm just going to. Oh, elastic bands really scare me. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one as it is, because if they snap on me, I'm gonna cry. Right, I'm going for one more band, and that band is McFly. I love McFly. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, I guess I just go for it. I have no rhyme or reason to this at all, or where I'm putting any of this. I'm just gonna go for it. I've started now, there's no going back. I do still want some white left in the jeans though, so I don't want to like completely saturate the whole thing. So I'm saying that like I know what I'm talking about. It's definitely a good idea to put your gloves on because I've already got dye all over my hands. So I'm going to turn it over and start on the other side. I've lost the blue cap. Okay, well, we move on. Back to the yellow. Oh, see, that's why you put the caps back on. Let's hope I don't do that to the blue, because I don't know. Oh, got it! Gold dust, found it. Nice one. So, it looks like an absolute mess that I could have done in nursery school. So I'm going to leave that on there. So, there's all this dye left over. You have to use it within like 45 minutes or it kind of stops working. So I don't want to waste it, so we're going to tie-dye this, which we've just found. Also just laid it down on the table, so it's already got dye all over it. Because I'm an idiot and I didn't change the bin bag. But we're going to tie-dye it anyway, so what does it matter? I also feel like Quasimodo with how I'm stood right now.
Bye Jen, off for a cycle.
The sun's going down now, so we're less bright, but I've got, it's like a little person. So we found one more thing to tie-dye because I've still got some dye left that's already made up. But these three that we've done, I'm going to just leave to dry outside for 4 hours-ish until like 7:30. And then I'll start taking them apart, whichever one I did That was my tripod that I was trying to use earlier. I will see how they turn out. We've got one more left to do, but I'll do that off camera because you've already seen enough tie-dyeing. You don't care anymore. But we're just doing another one to try and use up the dye. So we'll check back in a few hours. It'll be a few seconds for you. So, welcome to the bathroom. It's a bit of a mess, so apologies. But I'm about to get a dye all over it, so who cares? So it's got to the stage now. Time has passed. It's been a minute. I've had a nap, so it's been eventful. So I'm going to rinse it out on a cold wash, or rinse it through with cold water. For some reason it tells you to do that. I don't know why. Let's take off the elastic band and see how it goes. Before I wash it out,
Yo!
they look sick! Oh, there is pink on the crotch though.
There is pink on the crotch.
Which is what I wanted to avoid.
People are going to be asking questions. Or, it's a perfect disguise.
So we've just rinsed out the jeans. A lot of dye came out of them, and as you can see the whites turned quite murky, but we'll put them through the wash a couple of times and see how they turn out. But it's quite a boring process. All I'm doing is washing them through with a load of cold water and just scrunching them a lot to get the dye out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the items, and we'll do the final reveal once they are all dried and good to go. Hi again. It's a couple of days later now. Only a couple of days because yesterday I was having a lazy day in quarantine. Didn't get dressed, didn't shower.
Gross.
So it's been a couple of days. I'm not outside because it's blowing a gale out there. Like I walked outside, it was like poof, hit by a huge gust of wind, but it's like non-stop and it's going in all directions. It's crazy. Focus, Lucy, focus. Oh, hold on. Yeah? I'll be right back. Don't miss me too much. Maybe a cup of tea, actually. Got my tea and a piece of flapjack. Well, I've had flapjack in every part of this video. You'd think flapjack's like my favourite thing in the world. It's not. It's great. My mum's homemade flapjack is the best flapjack you could ever have. But we've almost run out, so I've got to have the flapjack whilst it's still around. Oh, there's a Beanie Baby on the floor. Of course there is. Of course there is. Back to the topic at hand. So, I wanted the dye to fade a bit because it was, for my taste, for what the visual I had, it was too vibrant. But I'm actually really happy with how some of them turned out. The hoodie was the only disappointment in my eyes. So I think I'm going to go back in and re-dye with, I think I've got pink left, and just do some more pink dye on there. And just try it again, but for today I'm just going to try it all on so you can see how it came out first attempt with no alterations and no re-attempts, and then maybe I can put in how the hoodie finally turns out at the end of this video. So let's get on to the trying on portion. So got the hoodie on. I will step back and give you a full view. It's bloody focus. But as you can see, the yellow hasn't shown really at all, which I think is why it looks so bare, because there was a lot of yellow on it. This wasn't white to begin with. The yellow has, even on the white things, is hardly noticeable. So on this, it definitely wasn't going to be noticeable. So I'll give you a full view. So as you can see, this was done in a spiral technique, so there is a vague spiral on there. So the sleeves have a lot more colour on them than the body of it, which I don't mind, to be honest. But I think I'm definitely going to go back in with some pink on here and do another spiral. Oh. And yeah, so this is how it's turned out. It's not terrible at all, but it just isn't how I expected it to come out at all. I definitely am going to go back in with more pink because that's what I've got left over. It has been 2 days though, so who knows how this dye is going to perform now after 2 days. But we'll see, and if I do it today, which I think I will make sure to put it at the end of this video. I'll like record a bit tomorrow and put it in the end. Michael's joined us now. Say hello.
Hi.
Here he is.
Cheers.
Next item. Okay, so I've now got the t-shirt on, which we didn't show you me doing because you'd already watched enough tie-dye. There's just a plain white t-shirt. It is his. It's his. But I don't know if he wants to model it, so I'm modelling it. If he does, great. To show that it's unisex. But this is it.
Have you seen me?
Yes.
Oh.
So this is it. This is just blue. Blue on white. This is the back. We just did like a off-centered spiral, so it should kind of spiral out from here, which I think you can see. Not much to say about this one really. He loves it, so I'm happy. He was wearing it all day yesterday, so that's always a good sign, huh? Here he is, the man himself, modelling his brand new, what's the word, redesigned, upcycled, that's the one, t-shirt. Much better fit on him than on me. As you can tell, he is feeling himself. Next one! So I've got the shirt on. As you can see, it is an extra large, it is ginormous on me. But I just wanted to show you, before I style it, how I would style it, that you can see all of the different techniques I used. Blue stripes on this side, which is quite cool. You've got the two diagonal little circle bits. You've got one coming out of the armpit and one off the hip. So that's how this shirt's turned out, which is a nice like pastel-y range of colours. But I'll show you how I would actually style it now. So I'll show you it like this. I'm doing a lovely squat to try and get it in camera. So this is how it looks. Front and back. So now, final ones, the ones that started this whole idea off. The jeans! So I've got the final item on now, the jeans. However, the lighting here is very overexposed, but it's the best lighting I've got. So they're very pastel colours. I love how they've turned out. I think the colours have come out exactly how I wanted them to. Again, not much yellow. See if I can get you a good view of how they turned out. I think they came out pretty great. They are as pastel-y as I'd hoped they would be after me washing them out, which is ideal. They're very random from the scrunch technique, and there's still quite a lot of white left, which I actually really like. So, all in all, big success. I am a happy bunny. So that is the end of my tie-dye video. I have no idea if this was of any use to anyone, if anyone enjoyed it, but thanks for sparing some time to watch this absolute garbage. I don't know what else to say. Thanks again!